Let me
check if
just...
it's going on. I guess we can just continue.
Yeah, I just want to see it if it's live.
Okay.
Maybe the key change or anything, I don't know. Please go live, dude.
It should be live by now, right? If there's 0 deal.
Now I see a fucking... on the stream I see an advertisement. Oh, feels Hamburg. Yeah. I just...
Oh yeah,
and
it's live.
Daniel said it's live.
We are live, guys.
Alright, we are live. Finally, we did it. Okay, then I just welcome everyone again who's watching. Ulafzs me talking. After some issues, we finally started now. So I just don't wanna lose some lose many words. First matchup was Ulafzs against Set. I would have forfeited as well if I was Set against Ulafzs.
Yeah, so basically the story was that the Saturday team, they were the second place in their groups, so as I am actually from Ulaf's team, so it's all talk about myself, but I was able to choose an enemy from all the players. I mean, all the teams below like seed 6 or something like that. I mean, you know what I mean, right? I can choose all the worst seeds. And if I learned anything from any of the seasons I played before, you just take the easy wins when you can. So I just took the Saturday team. And in the end, they actually didn't get 5 people to play the game, so they forfeited the game. So it was easy 2-0.
Yeah, to be honest, patch tomorrow, it might be a new patch tomorrow, so you don't learn anything for the season from this week. So I think it's a good choice to pick Set 2. Alright, next game was Kjærgaard against Jim Dangle, 2-0 win. Jim Dangle can't join us today. Pretty sorry.
It was a bit upsetting for me, at least, because I was kind of following Jim Dangle's team a bit. Because at the start they were really active, really playing a lot of games, scrims together, and it felt like they're like more than team than any other team. Like it felt like they are like the best team, not the best players, but they were like playing together, thinking about strategies and everything. And this playoff one, you could actually see from even the screens that Roar didn't play, which is, I don't know why. I would think there's no excuse why he doesn't play. It's actually a big loss if you lose your like first pick and a support guy, right?
And it was a drafter, right?
Yeah, I don't even know, but definitely changes if they are the best team, right? And they don't have like the best players, then losing any piece is already a huge disadvantage basically. And they ended up actually losing. The top actually did really good both games. Really good scores. So it felt like they lost the team aspect, and they didn't have any like players to put against top, and they just ended up losing 2-0.
Yeah, many high AMR players were missing this this week. Yo, next week is set matchup Mikkel against Swag. There was some juicy memes.
I had the scrims prepared on that day, and I found out that Mikkel is playing against Swag. I cancelled all the scrims and I was watching the games. I think it was most fun I had in RTL actually, like watching them with all the people in Discord spamming memes, like everything. Cause the game one looked like Swag maybe he's gonna just roll over them like 2-0, right? But the Mikkel performed really well, so there was some hope. Maybe if they change some heroes or something else for the other players, maybe they can do better. And then the game 2 actually happened, which Mikkel took the game 1-1, and it made it possible that Swag might lose twice to Saturday.
Twice to win.
It's like the best story in the RDTL so far in the seasons I played, I think.
I mean, Mikkel had like how much average MMR? 3.8k or so?
I'm not sure, but I know that Mikkel is like around 5k.
Oh, he has 5.8k party.
I mean, he's sitting on the MMR anyway. He's pretty solid player.
He is. I think he's a really good. I think you can get to 6k.
I mean, I don't even want to talk about it, but the other players are Lazy Panda is like low 4k maybe.
He didn't even play, right?
He did. He was the Gopnik Cat in the middle lane.
Ah,
Played
okay.
against that. Yeah, he actually did like okay. He was laning mid. First 2 games, he was totally doing fine.
And then
And yeah, so basically, story of these games are that Swagged's team, they were pretty like destroyed from the group games. Lot of players benched, lot of substitute players, and in the end, they actually didn't pick their best stuff and somehow crumbled already in the drafting stage, basically.
I mean, I would have benched Aaron as well.
I don't know. I think if the Eren plays, they win like easy 2-0, like just because of the player MMRs and like imagine like that you put like Sevier on Romer, whatever, doesn't matter, and just put Eren on the carry. Eren would have done the same thing Sevier does, except Sevier would have done way more than like the Ergo did or Sanko Kon, for example. They could to give them the edge which they actually needed, because the Swag picked hero, he is not comfortable on himself, and he failed miserably with it. So he needed someone else to step up and carry, and Sevier wasn't able to do it for whatever reason.
Yep. Sad story indeed. Okay, let's just continue so we don't doesn't get boring. Now it's time for our first guest. Let's greet DNC. I just have to unmute himself.
Hello?
Oh yeah, we hear you. Hey, you got a mic or what? It's because you're not
Yeah.
on your other.
Yeah, I don't have to use my keyboard today.
Oh, nice. Yo,
So
it's
we're gonna talk about your matchups right now.
Right.
And already by the scores and like quickly looking at the games, you can see that it looked like a close series though.
Yeah, it was pretty close.
what do you think about game one, DNC? What was?
Game one, I was playing Lina, I think, which was... I didn't really want to play it, but it was like, okay pick. But
By
the
the
real
way, just for the people, your name is Ensphere on the links because you
Oh, yeah.
changed it a bit. So there's
the
no
real
confusion.
problem we had game one was on 19th ban, or like last ban I had. My whole team told me to ban Drow, but I banned PL, and then they just picked Drow and rolled us because I thought Denden didn't play that hero. And then there was like no way we won that game because we lost 3 lanes. They had Spirit Breaker, 1 mid against me really easily. They had Prophet plus Drow Aura, like crushed my tri lane.
So why did you think he doesn't play it? You did some scouting or just randomly you just felt like...
No, we like looked at his Dota buff. He had like
Oh,
no game.
there was no... Okay.
Yeah, and Aryu told me he hates that hero as well, so I just thought he wouldn't play it. I mean, PL was a really good pick for them as well. I think Denden plays that a lot more. So.
Yeah, but
I mean, considering you had Omni and Troll, maybe those are good heroes against Troll lineups, but kind of went horribly actually.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do anything mid. Spirit Breaker just kept charging me.
Okay.
Yeah, and even your supports aren't that good at helping you. For example, this Usage pick, I noticed you picked Usage for mid call like every time you could.
Yeah, exactly.
What's with this Usage? Like, did he perform really bad on the other heroes, or why was he picked?
I mean,
Because no one else played it really, except Sparta's team support.
It's his best hero. Oh no, like my team has no good position 5, so we just play like 3D4 instead.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I died so often against this support too. So often.
My support duo is really weak. It's like by far.
So you would say the game 1 is basically on draft almost.
Yeah, game one I don't think we could have won at all.
So I guess you just go into game 2 like thinking just get better drafts and see how it goes. You don't really feel like you got like really outplayed.
No, it wasn't that bad.
Game.
Okay.
So game 2.
That
Game
We
was
actually
2.
won.
Yeah, game 2 they picked Anti-Mage into Aryu Morph, and he actually went a bit ham. And they went 2v1 on me mid, and I won that lane as well. Got like 3 kills in lane.
It's kind of odd that they didn't actually ban Morph, because game 1 they did ban Morph first phase on
Yeah,
the
they
bans,
were.
and game 2 they didn't ban it. It's like they changed their minds or something.
The other thing about game 2 that was really good for us is
Mofara
like,
was feeding.
the OD is my 3rd most played hero, so like, I knew what to do. Didn't feed, farmed up.
20
Anyway, it
minutes.
looks like all the lanes were fine. It kind of shows Drew lost, but I know it looks like a stomp though, so I guess the mid game magic happened.
Yeah, I mean, Mo
The
Mo
Morphling
Farah,
is the best,
Mo
I guess.
Farah died so many times in a row. There was one time where we were like pushing mid as 4, and Ari just solo killed, then top like minute 20. Morphling solo kills Anti-Mage, and we
Oh,
just took
what?
high ground.
Yeah,
Like,
it is actually possible. I have played Morphling offlane. It's actually
Mm.
against Anti-Mage is the sweetest matchup because when you stun him, you can just suck his mana so much. Like it's so annoying.
Oh
like,
yeah.
we like we didn't even like we didn't have a shot caller on our team ever, so people just did stuff. But that game went really well because every time people did stuff, we usually feed. But that game we all got kills. But
I
I got
guess
like
if you give the most comfortable heroes, for example, Morphling has the Morphling. I mean, the Aryu has the Morphling.
yeah, exactly.
Everyone knows Aryu's Morphling, right? And you
Mhm.
just mentioned that OD is like your second best, most played hero. So, and Midko gets his Visage. So I guess you had the most comfortable heroes, and the shot calling part just wasn't so needed. So maybe that was the key for your.
The other thing was
game section.
it's like a really big outdraft as well because we have 2 strong anti-mage counters, and he just never came online.
Mhm.
Yeah, and with the Tide and Puck, it seems like how odd. Like how do you make space? Like there's like Jagger spinning.
Yeah, exactly. And then
Sage has the cloak, Ogre is pretty fat.
they lost mid really hard that game as well. Like they just didn't play well on mid. They just kept feeding under my tower.
So how did you feel going into the game 3 after this?
I mean, I thought it was fine, but then they oh no, I felt like game 2 was slightly lucky because we had Aru Morph against Anti-Mage, which is like we literally didn't lose a game against Anti-Mage in any pubs we played or any scrim. We like stomped that hero. So I thought it was like maybe 40-60 going in.
Wow, you can actually see game 2, then they didn't even finish Mantastar, he just went
Yep.
for Axe.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a crazy.
Not even a Lincolns or something.
I guess if you're inside game and you see this, you're just laughing because you forced Anti-Mage to
yeah,
change his
exactly.
build.
We wanted to reflect the.
Okay, so game 3
done.
Zeus, man. Zeus.
Yeah, this was pretty bad.
So you thought you can carry the game with the Zeus?
That was the last pick Zeus actually.
Yeah, it was against Tinker, I think. I wanted to. It was like they picked Tinker, and I picked it really quickly. I didn't really think because I don't play this hero that much, but I just thought like because game 2, I just thought if I hard counter heroes, I just win.
To be honest, like you don't really have that good of a catch against the Tinker. That's why Tinker pick is like so good. And you had the last pick to counter him. And I assume you think like Nimbus is good at like finding Tinker,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
But Tinker can go force stuff, and the Nimbus is like irrelevant. You just like force stuff out of it basically every time. And after the Nimbus, you still need the follow up. So
We this
not
game.
the best counter actually.
Let's see
This game-
if you actually
We were this game was going really well actually.
He wasn't building force.
we were winning bot, and I was doing like sort of okay mid. I think I had 1 kill, and then we smoke ganked mid, and we got a triple kill on me. And like at this point, Ari was like, "Oh yeah, Monkey King's getting a lot of farm," so we smoke gank on double support to go kill him, and then gets a triple kill because Ari was like backing, and the other 2 were going in, so they all died because he got 4 stacked on Jingu on like 1 HP.
Yeah.
And then 2 minutes later, I'm like, we have to stop the monkey because he's like fat, right? He's gonna destroy us. So we smoke gank 2 supports over again, and then we get triple killed again, and then 6-0, and the game's over.
Ooh.
Yeah, still you managed to hold on for 1 hour actually in the game. It's pretty long game.
I mean, it's a Zeus. Zeus is a pretty good defender.
We had like a lot of
Zeus
misplays that game,
against
and
Tinker.
Aru, there was like a lot of times where Aru didn't ult on Underlord, and we lost like every hero instead.
So, since you talked about the games already, how do you actually feel about your team and the whole season? Like, what was your plan in the draft even, like, when you were drafting the players?
No, it was pretty dog season. I picked Aru, and I wanted to play like aggro try every game, and then have this hood guy.
With an
going
Aryu?
in. Yeah. I wanted to
That's
go.
interesting, because I wouldn't think that Aryu is a tri-lane player at all. I think that
Yeah,
he's like
I
teamfight
thought-
oriented solo laner. Basically.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I could maybe send him solo, and then I go offlane with Hapake.
So you already had some in-game plans when you were drafting players, basically,
Yeah.
right?
But then
So what
this.
was your plan for the Midco second pick, or what was it? Like, you picked him pretty early?
Yeah, I picked him to get pick priority because I got back-to-back picks anyway. And then I picked this Hood guy who's like 4.6, and his Dota buff is like super good. And then I think it's